Hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be doing the in-depth video on the President wall clock. So there is I don't really know, or can't really guess when this clock was made. I'd say maybe probably either 1960s or 1970s would be my guess. But yeah, it's got that sort of mid-century look about it, so I'm probably going to say either 60s or 70s on that front. But what's really special about this clock is obviously the fact that it has a day and date feature on it, which does actually work itself. You don't have to change it manually, it does actually do it itself. And of course, I do have a key for it, which is good. Actually, I do have pretty much every size key now. Yeah, of course, that's the key that was used for this. Well, that is used for this clock and a number of my other American clocks. And of course, in the video I posted yesterday, you did already hear what it sounds like, but for those who didn't watch that video, I will just... There you go. I have developed a technique for opening this clock one-handedly, because obviously I'm holding the camera with the other hand, so simply just because the door isn't exactly flush with the top or the bottom, but you don't want to do it from the bottom because it'll be weird. What you want to do is you want to sort of try and put your finger behind there and then just push it out like that. That usually works. Very nice dial. I do like the number font. It is very sort of, does look very sort of mid-century. So again, very nice. Does have a silica gel pouch, at least that's what I'm assuming that is. And quite a nice tick if I... There you go. Very nice shiny pendulum. It's like, oh, would you call that chrome plated? Maybe. I guess you could call that chrome plated. Also, there are the day and date dials. That one's for the singular days, and then that one's for when it gets to sort of 10, 20, 30, so on and so forth. Works very nice. And of course it runs a whole month, like most Korean clocks I've seen. In fact, yeah, it's actually, if I'm not mistaken, this Korean clock is also made by Precedent. It doesn't say it on the dial, but I'm assuming it is, because I did actually see another one of these on it's either eBay or Facebook Marketplace a few months ago, in the exact same case, exact same movement, exact same dial, but the dial said Precedent on it, so I'm assuming that this one was also made by Precedent. In fact, I've got 3 clocks made by Precedent, which is actually quite funny. I've got this one, that one, and then another one downstairs, which is like one of those battery operated chiming one. You know the ones, the ones with the speakers. Which I've had that for a long time. Well, technically it's not mine technically. But you know what I mean, it's been in the house for a long time. This, again, I'll do the other clocks another time in another video, but really, I don't think there's much else to say about this clock. It does say made in Korea on the back, but obviously I'm not going to take it off the wall because, you know, there'd be no point. All it's really need to know that you can't see is it says made in Korea on the back, so yeah. And I suppose since this is the first of a few in-depth videos I'm going to be filming today, I may as well get the quick updates out the way. Obviously, if you've already seen, I've got these two clocks here. I've got the Gilbert here and this Seth Thomas, which I will show in probably either the next in-depth video I film today or I don't know, we'll see. We'll see which order they go in. That's all been sorted, so that's all full of cars now. That's a new bookshelf that I got, and I've already, as you can tell, put clocks on it. I've got the Ergos on the top one, the very important one there, and then I've got the Smiths on the bottom, which actually needs winding up. So I suppose this can also double up as winding up the Smiths clock video. I'm only going to wind up the time train because I have this clock on silent most of the time. To be fair though, I can only have a couple clocks on at a time now since I started college, so I need to, you know, actually sleep. And now just, what time is it? It's 10 to, alright. Make sure I hear that every click so I'm not rushing the clock. There we go. Alright, why did I do that? I went too far. It's 10 to 4. There we go. That's about right. Whoops. There we go. Smiths is back on now. Got loads of these alarm clocks. That's a new alarm clock that I'll show later as well, and probably in another in-depth video. I won't make an in-depth video for it itself because it doesn't really need one. The Paravel movement clock is up there. I know it's not a Paravel clock, but it's got a Paravel movement in it, so I'll just call it Paravel for now. Apart from that, nothing else has really changed. The Schatz clock it's there now. Smith's clock is there. HAC is there, and the quarter striking clock is there. You might be wondering where the shelf is. That's a story that I'm actually going to tell now because I may as well. Basically, I was sorting out, I think it was this clock. I was sort of testing that, see, you know, how I need to sort of balance it on a desk, let's say. Basically just testing it, and I started hearing a sort of like a creaking sound, almost like a sort of And I looked up from, because I was sitting here on my bed. The clock was here, and I was sort of just tinkering around with it. And I just looked up at the shelf, and I saw it slowly separating itself from the wall. And because I'm autistic, I just sort of looked at it like, is that happening right now? And when I sort of realised, yes, it was happening, and the shelf was already at this sort of angle with lots of stuff coming off of it, I sort of jumped up, held it against the wall, got all the clocks that are on the shelf off of it, and then sort of after that, I got the shelf off the wall and then put it somewhere. And unfortunately, this pocket watch unfortunately paid the price with smashed glass, so that's something I need to sort. But apart from that, everything else actually survived, which I'm surprised about. One of the real surprises was this, because this absolutely just tumbled off the shelf when it came down. Like, I mean, absolutely, it was, because it was about there on that end of the shelf, and it just absolutely came flying off the shelf onto the floor under my bed. I'm pretty sure it landed on its glass, and as you can see, there's no damage at all. I even test ran it and it worked perfectly fine. It still ticks and everything, so that was a real surprise. Also, I just dropped the setting knob for it. Whoops. There we go. It's back there now. Yeah. That was a real surprise. Like, I thought that was, well, I thought that would have definitely have been broken, but it seems that this clock is built like an absolute unit. So that was a real surprise. This clock, I managed to save it before it fell off, because I don't think this would have fared nearly as well as this did if it fell off the shelf. This pocket watch, which is I got on the same day that I got this, luckily wasn't on the shelf at the time, otherwise that would have probably also broken. So yeah, sort of, that was a calamity that I wish didn't happen, but it did. And also, because this bookshelf's here, and I've had to move this right up to the wall, basically, that does mean that that clock is now sitting under the mounter. But yeah, apart from that, there's not really any other changes. Oh, that's the French clock, by the way. Oh, actually, yeah, the Kienzl is where that clock used to be, but that clock's there now, obviously. Yeah, I'm going to sort out that unit soon. So I give myself some more room for some more clocks, hopefully, because if you couldn't tell, I'm basically running out of space very badly. That's always the thing with whatever you collect, whether you know, collect like model trains or clocks or watches, or I don't know, if you make Airfix models, that's always the thing. It's always space, and unfortunately I'm starting to run out quite badly. I mean, I could in theory put a small wall clock there, and if I sorted that out, maybe I could get a couple more mantle clocks in there, but again, it's all running out of space quite quickly. And again, got no more room on here, since obviously I've got books there, Smith's clock there, my CDs, which I'm hopefully going to start growing that collection pretty soon. Anyway, sorry about that. I had to just go fix something on my phone real quick. It was being a bit weird. Yeah, anyway, if you want to have a look at my, if you're interested in my CD collection, here you go. I've got Led Zeppelin, the Ramones. By the way, I totally didn't nick these 2 CDs from my dad. Totally didn't do that. Let's see, what else have I got? CCR, and this one, which is the film music from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Don't know why I got that. I just saw it in a shop for like 50p, and I was like, well, why not? Yeah, this is my favourite CD though, because I'm a massive Led Zeppelin fan. No surprises there. I mean, I play the guitar, for God's sake. Of course, I'm a rock music fan. Yeah. Got some books down here. Stephen King's Christine. Loads of car books. Classic cars. Great British cars from the 1920s and 1970s. That's also a car book. And then I've got woodworking book, an operator's manual on a Royal Navy Western Lynx helicopter. No question why I have that. And then the rest of these books are clocks and watch books. So, you know, a pretty decent collection of books down there. So, yeah, apart from that, there is now nothing else for me to report. So, I guess that's the end of, yeah, that's the end of the update, which isn't a little update. It's taken up like half of this video. Yeah. I also got these universal keys because the amazing thing happened of I finally didn't have a key that fitted a clock, and it was actually this clock. I didn't have a key that actually fitted it somehow. So I just ended up buying these to stop myself from ever having that problem again. As you imagine, I've bought a set of 2. This is for the odd sizes, and then this is for the even sizes. This Seth Thomas, for example, is a size 4. Now, it is a bit of a hassle to get the key in on the actual arbor. It does fit, but it's just a hassle to get it on. In fact, you know, on and I'm just gonna come on. There we go. I've got it on now. There you go. That's pretty much fully wound though, so I'm not gonna wind that anymore. The strike side is definitely much easier to get the key on the arbor. Again, that's also fully wound, so I'm not going to do that because I've had too many experiences of broken springs, and yeah, broken springs aren't very fun. I can tell that from experience, from twice. So yeah. But anyway, apart from that, this is now the end of the video because I've just realised this video is 18 minutes long. And I'm pretty sure no one wants to watch almost 20 minutes of me talking about random crap. For no apparent reason other than because I'm autistic and I don't know how to fill in a video properly with things. So I'm going to end now. So I'm going to start filming the video for either that one or that one. I'll do the video for those 3, or that one. Yeah, I'll do the video for those 3 tomorrow, probably, or whenever I feel like it. But yeah, don't worry, these 2, I'm definitely going to be doing that today. Don't know which order they're going to be in, but it'll probably be that one next. So, I will see you guys in about half an hour when I finish doing the video for that one. Or that one. I don't know, I'll decide which one I'm going to do. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.